All right. Ready to talk about Italy?
Always ready for that.
I know, right? It's such a dream destination for so many people.
Absolutely.
And today we're doing a deep dive into this really cool travel newsletter I found.
Oh,
It's called Love to Visit Italy, and it's like packed with insider tips for 2024.
sounds like a great way to get the inside scoop.
It is, yeah. It's like having a friend who lives there just give you all their secrets.
I like it.
So they start off talking about Florence.
Oh,
Yeah,
Florence.
and their description is just so captivating, talking about Uffizi Gallery and historic churches
Mm-hmm.
and like those views of the Arno River. It just makes you want to book a flight right now.
It's so romantic, so artistic.
Totally. And,
And it makes sense, right? When you think about it, Florence was the heart of the Renaissance.
oh yeah, that's true.
It wasn't just a few pretty paintings. This was like a total revolution in art, architecture, literature,
Hmm.
even science.
I never thought about it that way.
It was just this explosion of creativity.
Huh?
And Florence was right in the middle of it all.
So when you see like masterpieces in the Uffizi Gallery, it's like stepping back in time,
Exactly.
like Botticelli's Birth of Venus or something.
You're not just seeing a famous painting, you're witnessing a cultural shift.
That's a cool way to think about it.
And what's so cool is that Florence still have that artistic spirit today.
Yeah.
See it in the craftsmanship, the fashion, even the food.
Oh, speaking of food, the newsletter talks about Tuscan traditions of gastronomy and winemaking.
Okay, now we're talking.
And I'm like, yes, sign me up.
Right.
I can already picture myself in a vineyard somewhere, sipping on some,
Oh, you're thinking of Sangiovese.
oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Sangiovese. It's the most iconic grape of Tuscany. Really rich, robust flavor.
Like what kind of flavors?
Think cherry, plum, maybe a hint of earthiness.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah,
Is that what they used to make Chianti?
exactly. Chianti Classico specifically. It
Yeah.
really captures that Tuscan terroir.
The what?
Terroir. It's that special combination of the soil, the climate, the traditions
Ah, interesting.
that give the wine its unique character.
So it's more than just the grape, it's the whole environment it's grown in.
Precisely.
That's fascinating. Okay, but talking about unique experiences, the newsletter also have this top 10 places to visit in Italy
Mm.
list.
Right.
But honestly, it's kind of overwhelming.
So many choices.
I mean, how do you even pick where to go?
Well, if you want something different from Florence, the Renaissance grandeur,
Huh?
maybe the Amalfi Coast,
Oh, yeah.
imagine dramatic cliffs and turquoise water, those little pastel villages.
I've seen pictures. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's a totally different kind of beauty,
Totally different, yeah.
but just as breathtaking.
But speaking of breathtaking, there's this other section called Experiences Likely to Sell Out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm already feeling that FOMO.
I know what you mean. You got to plan ahead for some of these, especially in peak season.
For sure, yeah.
One that caught my eye is wine therapy in Tuscany.
Wait, what? Wine therapy?
I know, right?
Is it what it sounds like?
Yeah, you're basically getting spa treatments with wine.
Wow.
Imagine like soaking in a bath infused with Sangiovese grapes,
Oh my gosh.
surrounded by the Tuscan hills.
I need to add that to my list right now.
It's amazing.
But okay, before we, completely relax and forget everything,
Right.
the newsletter also mentions like practical stuff too.
Mm.
Like there's a new welcome center in Florence.
Oh, that's great, especially for first-time visitors.
Yeah. What is that all about?
It's like a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
They can help you with everything, navigating the city, finding a hotel, booking tours,
Oh, that's helpful.
so you don't feel overwhelmed.
Definitely. Okay, but can we talk about food again for a second?
Oh, always.
Because the newsletter mentioned that Florence has this whole Michelin-starred restaurant scene.
Oh, wow.
And there's one called Enoteca Pinciori that has 3 stars.
3 stars.
Yeah. My inner foodie is freaking out right now.
That's incredible.
What does that even mean, 3 stars?
It's the highest honor a restaurant can get.
Really?
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of culinary excellence.
Wow.
And it's not just the food, it's the whole experience, the service, the atmosphere, the attention to detail.
So it's like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of meal.
Absolutely.
I am adding that to the list.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, the newsletter keeps mentioning Andrea Bocelli.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's like a famous Italian singer.
He is.
But what's his connection to Florence?
Well, Bocelli is actually from Tuscany.
Ah, okay.
So his music has that romantic Italian spirit, the kind Florence embodies.
That makes sense. And like His duets album is full of beautiful collaborations.
It's perfect for an Italian adventure.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, we've talked a lot about Florence, but the newsletter also mentions Naples
Oh, yeah.
and even has a top 10 places to visit list just for Naples.
Naples is awesome.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's so different from Florence, you know? It's vibrant and bustling and has this raw energy. It's captivating. Plus, it's the birthplace of pizza.
Oh, that's right.
Well, for any foodie, it's a must visit.
It's true. And speaking of diversity, the newsletter ends with a question from their social media.
Okay.
They asked, what's the most beautiful sunset or sunrise you've ever witnessed in Italy?
Wow.
I mean, how could you even choose?
Right. Every region has its own magic, its own landscapes and atmosphere.
Totally.
It's like picking your favorite star in the sky.
It really is. It makes you think about those special moments, those breathtaking views that stay with you,
Absolutely.
like watching the sunset over the Tuscan hills, or maybe seeing the sky light up over the Amalfi Coast.
It's beautiful.
Okay, now you're making me want to book a flight right now. But before we get too carried away,
Yeah.
I want to go back to something the newsletter mentioned earlier, the world-famous Florentine sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
A world-famous sandwich. I got to know more.
Right. It's not just hype. This sandwich is a testament to Italian cuisine.
What do you mean?
Simple, fresh, high-quality ingredients. Crusty bread, fresh veggies, flavorful meats.
Mm-hmm.
You just let those flavors shine.
It sounds amazing.
It is.
It's like food in Italy isn't just fuel. It's about tradition and passion.
And savoring every bite.
It's an experience.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes Italy so alluring.
Yeah.
It's not just about checking things off a list. It's about immersing yourself in the culture, you know, connecting with the people, creating memories that will last a lifetime.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into all things Italy,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with something to ponder.
Ooh, I like it.
Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You're standing on Michelangelo Square in Florence, overlooking the city.
Okay.
The sun is setting, casting a warm glow over everything.
Uh-huh.
You can hear music drifting from a cafe,
Yeah.
smell fresh bread,
Oh, yeah.
and a gentle breeze carries the scent of flowers.
I love it.
What do you see? What do you feel?
It's such a vivid image. I can practically feel the sun on my skin and hear people laughing, you know.
I know, right?
It captures the essence of Italy.
The beauty, the vibrancy, the sense of joy.
Connection.
Yeah. And that's what I hope our listeners take away from this deep dive.
Me too.
A sense of wonder, a desire to explore, and a longing to experience the magic of Italy for themselves.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Italy awaits.
And who knows, maybe you'll even find your own favorite sunset or sunrise along the way. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep diving deep.
Ciao. And it really shows you how many different experiences you can have in Italy.
Right.
From the Renaissance in Florence to the energy of Naples.
There's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
And talking about different things, the newsletter ends with a question from their social media.
Oh, cool.
It says, what's the most beautiful sunset or sunrise you've witnessed in Italy?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Right, like how do you even pick?
Every place has its own beauty, you know?
It's true.
Its own unique landscape.
Totally. It's like asking someone to pick their favorite star. But it does make you think about those moments, those views that just stick with you.
Yeah.
Like watching the sun dip below the Tuscan hills.
Oh, beautiful.
Or maybe seeing the sky light up over the Amalfi Coast.
So stunning.
Oh, man.
It's magical.
You're making me want to book that flight right now. But, okay, before we get too carried away,
Right.
I want to go back to something from the newsletter.
Oh, okay.
The world-famous Florentine sandwich.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
World-famous. I have to know more about this.
I know, right? It's not just hype. This sandwich is really special.
What's so special about it?
It's all about simple, fresh ingredients.
Okay.
Crusty bread, fresh veggies, really good meats.
Huh.
And you let those flavors speak for themselves.
It sounds so simple but delicious.
It is. It's so good.
It's like food in Italy isn't just food, it's an art.
Exactly. And I think that's why Italy is such an amazing place to visit.
Yeah.
It's not just about sightseeing. It's about experiencing the culture, you know?
Yeah.
Connecting with the people, making memories that will last forever.
You said it perfectly. So to wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
I'm listening.
Close your eyes and imagine this. You're standing on Michelangelo's Square in Florence,
Okay.
overlooking the whole city. The sun is setting. There's a warm glow over everything.
Beautiful.
You hear music from a cafe, the smell of fresh bread in the air.
Hmm.
and a gentle breeze brings the scent of flowers.
I can almost smell it.
What do you see? What do you feel?
Wow, I feel like I'm really there. I can feel the warmth of the sun. I can hear people laughing and enjoying themselves.
Amazing, right?
It really captures the essence of Italy.
The beauty, the energy, the
The
joy.
connection, yeah.
And that's what I hope our listeners get from this deep dive.
Yeah.
A sense of wonder, a desire to explore, and a longing to experience the magic of Italy.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Italy is calling.
And who knows, maybe you'll find your own favorite sunset or sunrise along the way.
I hope so.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep diving deep.
Ciao. Don't forget to send us a postcard when you go.
Yes. Tell us all about your adventures, but before we go, I have one more thing from the newsletter.
Oh, okay.
Remember that social media question about the best sunrise or sunset?
Uh-huh.
Well, they shared some amazing answers.
Cool.
And one really stood out to me.
I'm intrigued.
Someone described watching the sunrise over the Amalfi Coast.
Ooh.
From Positano, they said the sky was like a kaleidoscope of colors,
Beautiful.
reflecting on the water, lighting up those pastel houses on the cliffs.
I can picture it.
They even mentioned the smell of lemon trees in the air.
That's amazing. A true sensory experience.
It's like a simple sunrise becomes something so much more in a place like Italy.
Absolutely.
It reminds you that the best moments can happen when you least expect them.
So true.
So keep your eyes open, your heart ready, and you might find your own unforgettable Italian sunrise or sunset.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Italy. Until next time, keep exploring.
Ciao.